Hello, hello. Had a fair amount of sellers just enter the party not that long ago at 25,451. You had a 608 and 210 lot, so 800 lots of sellers at 451, and another 400 and 200 at 439. So, yeah, basically 1,800 or so, or 1,400, sorry. Math is somebody entering. Yo, what's up? Somebody entering like a long-term short or something. If it goes below 451 with a fervor, you could be getting these guys on sides for some longer-term play. But in the meantime, they're getting taken for a slingshot ride. How's it going? But they have you have a studio, right? Mac Studio, or oh no, you're using something else for your stream. Yeah, I was using it for what do you call it? That yeah, I got it up and working on Parallels, and they have like a beta version for Mac, but I'm afraid to download it because I'm afraid it just will just go fritzy or something. They're always working on it. I know that much. Visually, it's just more stunning for the footprints, and the color weighted nature of whatever you have in the field of view will always be color weighted. Like, so you can zoom out and look in, and it'll put everything in scale. I really like that because TradingView's footprints are garbage. That's good. They've been probably working in the dark with their monitored power, the rationed power over there in the Ukraine. Who knows? Before we swept and consolidated there was a bunch of like resting orders, and then we swept them and then consolidated and went higher, and then we just went back and retested. And then there's people that are adding like 300 resting orders and stuff there. I don't know why, but there's like, yeah, that's just a place. I'm If I looked at a different chart, I don't have ES pulled up, but I don't track it as closely as NQ. But I would imagine there's some sort of level there, some long-term high volume node. Let's see if that makes sense. Hold up. Let's go to a higher time frame and then do this. 68, 64. Wow, that there's a high the highest volume node on ES in the range all the way from November to now is 6850. It's pretty protruding out more than that, but yeah, we're just kind of like trading in this range, in this, what, how many point range? This is like 121 points since the end of November, trying to get out. There was a sharp decline from ES on the 13th of November, so I think that sharp decline might be your level. Yeah, it's exactly right. Yeah, there was a sharp rejection at 68.70, and then we didn't come out of that since November 13th. So we've been kind of flirting with the idea since then and trying to get out of that region. We did make the first. Yeah. And then we swept that range, that, you know, November 12th range by 26 points on Friday, and then sharply rejected back into that consolidation. So yeah, but it held the lows of the consolidation. So you might be getting a retest of the push to the high. I don't know. We held the node for the range, so I don't know what your prediction's saying, but that's what it looks like on ES. Makes sense. Yep, that's why I always have it. It's just there's no reason not to. It was pretty cheap on the Black Friday sale. It was only like a couple $100. They lowered their price. Pine script was fun. Coming beneath the 600 lot seller in terms of like rewarding their entry. Second candidate at 439. We kind of recovered a volume imbalance on the 1,000 tick too, so yo, I went short. I took that short of that inflection point. Up 60 ticks, just peeled one off. Now 79 ticks, runner at break even. I had to see trade, take trade on that one. I saw those there was a 600 lot, Dave, you missed it, and that got triggered. And when it started rewarding that 600 lot seller, I was like, I'm okay, I'm on sides with this guy. You've got 600 lots. So no. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The sub 1 minute on TradingView is nice. Having 30 seconds and all that. Kevin! Oh. We have oil inventories. What is that tomorrow? No. Wait, that's an hour after open. Yeah. Is your son feeling better? Did you get checked for like bronchitis or whatever? That's too bad. I wonder, has there ever been a record of somebody landing like a massive flight on a highway like that? Oh yeah, I remember you shared the link of like a small thing. I'm wondering if there's like a big like thing that happened like that. Okay. I know they had like, what do you call it? They always put it. I remember like in Dulles Airport or whatever, they always had it near the water for that reason, so they could just like land it in the water if it's messed up or whatever. Yeah, in winter. It's like a death pit. Oh yeah, that's right. You got all that. You got that rig. Mm. Camptown Racers, sing that song. Doo-dah. What if they like jettison like the poop or whatever? Like you get somebody's like poop from an airplane. Dave Matthews like tour bus emptied their like poop over a bridge onto a boat that was passing by, like a tour boat of some open top people, and they got covered in sewage. Oops. Yeah, it's more with like the ineptitude of people. I don't think it just exists in government. People are always looking for shortcuts to be lazy. Japan just appears to be busy, but not everyone, like they're better at hiding their laziness. I watch a bunch of like office like people in the office just like sitting at the screen like looking at this like inner office chat system, and I'm like, you can't be doing jack or shit at that screen for 6 hours a day. And I'm like out here like making like lesson plans and teaching and making props for the Christmas concert and everything. I'm like, you guys, yeah. But they do that in City Hall too. Like in Japan, they like run around in City Hall looking all like they're fast workers by kind of like jogging from position to position. Like, I'll go get that from the printer real quick, and they get up and run to the printer. But it's like they're not actually doing anything. They just appear. But that's why Japanese appear very like calm and demure and everything. Like everything's about appearances here. They have like a literal word for how you appear and how you purport yourself, your purportfulness, and then how you actually are two different things. So they have like these dual words for how people compose themselves. Oh my goodness, Gojira. Well, I wish it didn't hit the brake even on the runner. It's now starting to run. Oh well, got half of. It was a win either way, but looks like it's gonna go shit to bed. You got another volume imbalance down at the value area low if it really takes off. 1 minute. And settlement down there too. Yeah, I'm chilling. I already took a chance and made some dinero and got stopped break even, so yes. Some TDS dinero. Yeah, I remember he was like, he didn't, wait, was it, no, it was Pacino that had a kid in his 70s or something, right? Yeah, I guess you're not going to be around to see their whatever. You're just like, huh, might as well leave some milestone somewhere. And we are open. I took it too. Nice. Damn. Same. We got settlement coming up soon too. Same. Stop trailing. Peeling one off at settlement here. Just aggressively trailing the runner. Holy moly, up 200 ticks on the runner, 220. Trailing it at settlement. If it pops up to settlement, I'm out. Holy moly, 300 ticks. All right, I'm out here. That was $1,600. Cha-ching. And that's about it. You did. And I saw that inflection point of those 600 lot sellers, and I was like, I'm short biased on this mofo. When I saw the bearish retest of the inflection point, I was like, I'm back in. The daily opens right down here anyway, so you'll see something probably. You have a bunch of volume points of control from November around here. Other than that, not much. The weekly opens way down there at 25,221. Ooh, that was nice. I think that puts. Yeah, no worries. I was seeing the same thing he was, so I was like dialed in. But I did paint out those 600 guys up top, so that was where my bias came from. I was like, they're on side, so they're in control until they're not. Be right back. Okay, we're back. Did I miss anything? Oh, that's too bad. Sorry to hear that. All right. Have a good one. I'll be with you guys till 15 minutes after the hour change to see if I see anything. I'm already done. I'm just playing a game right now while I look at this. Damn. Those 600 lot sellers must have had an inkling of what's going to happen. That's why I said, like before, if you see those big lots, like, and they get hit, like actual executions, not spoofers, they're generally on sides. You're hitting a 243 lot buyer at 251. Someone's taking a partial. And 137 up at 268. Here, I'll just go to the small screen so you can see it, but whatever. Yeah, that's hard to answer for someone else. I don't know the elements of the trade and all that. Are you trading micros? Like you always talk about scaling in, right? Like to winning positions. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Coming beneath those inflection point buyers, if it comes below 257.25, then the buyer absorption could be in. You had another 200 lot buyer that entered at 259.50. So that's what, 500 buyers in this region. They have well, the buyers took it to that. They just grabbed the 378 buyer with that push up. Well, not a buyer, but a total cumulative 378. Yeah, you were mentioning that before. Yeah, there's definitely like, what do you call it? Opportunities galore. I don't even know anything about that stuff, but from what I've heard you talk about in the past, it sounds like a deep rabbit hole. But is somebody talking or is that a hot mic? Hot mic. Hot pockets. And now lean pockets too. Apex went back to their 80% off, but they, I think they made everything like the same price again. They did that whole like same pricing schemata or whatever. Yeah, that's... I swear they have like a haywire button. That was the whole probably reason they consolidated their platform, was so that they could hit a button if they're like out of profit for the day. They're like, oh, our users are making too much. Hit the button. Because Apex had that problem. You remember like a year or so ago, or was it a year and a half? I don't remember. Where they were like having that issue with it, but it was actually like an ex-dev like doing something. They had like a whole lawsuit and everything where against that guy because he was trying to like extort them, and then he like made their platform unreliable for a time. There was like a time like where they lost a lot of trust. Like they went to the 3.0 rules, and then they like made a batch of disapprovals or something, and then they had unreliability. It was like one string of events, one after another. And then people were like annoyed with them. I don't remember how long ago that was. Time kind of blends together. So we recovered all of the negative delta pushed down, which was related to 7 delta. We're back at break even for the day. Those buyers at the bottom, the partial takers of the shorts up top, got a little mini double bottom off of that. that's true, comma bounce, like the data is like really good and then Premier PA. I've noticed they do it on like trend days, like where there's like a solid play. It just happens to be like, whoopsie daisy. Too many people on the right side or something. Seems a bit convenient. On the sideways days, it doesn't do that. I just remember watching the, like, their tradertainment thing is just like, I don't know, just, I like a few people. Hogs is pretty cool. Rips is not bad. Yeah, he's really nice. And Dakota's is not like, he seems nice too, genuinely. There's a few characters on there that are a bit oddballs. I mean, we're all oddballs in some way, so I can't judge really, but I just missed the time when they had fire drills. Remember that? Now they have those like quizzes or whatever. Yeah, once they had those like leagues and they were trying to get people to like compete or like try to compete to get in someone's team or whatever, I was like, nah man, I'm not watching this. It's like, you gotta tune in every day to get a chance to be on the team. I'm like, they're trying to turn it into some sort of like, on season 3, Dakota's team did this. Did you watch? You know, it's like, it's not really right. Wow, why is my internet now cracking, like acting up? Can you guys hear me? My data acted weird and then it jittered around. Is that the oil news or whatever? The oil inventory? Yeah, not really seeing much. It's just hitting both sides. Nothing noteworthy other than those partials that were taken at the bottom. This little bit of happiness here. This is only 74 left. I think it's going to do some funky continuation. If I had to make a bet, I would say it's going to 250 and 200. And it's just going to be like a few and just go down. But you got like some resting orders down there at the 250s and another 66 at 200. And you got that buyer absorption of the partial candidates at 268, 259, and 257. So if it comes beneath those, to at least test their fervor to see if it's a true partial or not. That's about the only narrative that makes sense to me from this, you know, wick whacking. I think the wick whacking up is more to like stop out shorters that are on sides. A wicked whack, don't talk back. And yeah, it looks like it's... Oh, nice. White coup. Steam Machine comes out next year, right? Yeah, that looks like it'd be worth, like, because I don't have a good PC, and I was thinking of getting a ROG's Ally, but I don't really need portability because I don't really go anywhere. I was wondering what the specs are going to look like and whether it can be like... Yeah. I really want to play Expedition 33, so... got Game of the Year and all that. Love me some RPGs that are decent. It looks like this is gonna be it. You had another buyer that just bought there, so that's more absorption fuel. 115 at 284. Buyer absorption fuel to the downside for 500, Alex. Oh. I must admit though, they are really good about saying our bad and like resetting. Like Apex is like, what? No problems on our end, even though it clearly was. A 362 buyer at 318, 363. Are the buyers making a switcheroo here, or what's this about? That's something noteworthy on the 15-minute mark of the candle close. If there was ever like a buyer absorption that's going to happen, it would be at that 300 lot at 318 and their partners in crime. If not, I would bail. Like if it goes above 318 at this point, I would be switching my bias from short to long. Still guessing it's going down. It's just doing a little roundabout FU first. Because there's still more resting orders down at 250. It hasn't changed since the bunch push up. do it. Here we go, at long last. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Bookmap I've never, like, there's two purchases I never regretted. One was a toss with the TO stuff on it and all the footprints in the chart that I got, and then the bookmap. That's it. Like, those two, just I never really had issues with it. Oh man. Once again, if it goes back above the 300 lot at 317, then the buyers are in control, so I'd watch out. bebop and drop right through. It swept up into 426 and buy side. Like, you could take the inflection points for what they are every time and then just flip sides with whatever side it's going against. Like, if it's now punishing this buyer, then you could take the short at 318 and just ride that candidate as your inflection point. That looks like a FU. Sweet. You waited this long, you might as well see it through to the 50s, man. It's gonna do it if it breaks this time. Don't change your game plan now. I mean, up to you, obviously, but I'm just saying. Get it done. Sweep them lows. Yeah, it created a bunch of like wicks on this low area 3 times, and then now it's starting to potentially break them. So, you know, it engineered support and it could flip it as it breaks, you know, like. Okay, well, that didn't work. I don't know how you're supposed to get this like best ending in this. You're supposed to cast these spells in this certain sequence, and then the boss always messes it up, so you just gotta keep resetting. It's one of those RNG dealios. It's annoying. Two minutes until the halfway point of the hour. 30-minute candle close. 15-minute candle close. Those are acts in a play, if you will, for the hourly. Was that the turn? Holy moly. Alright, well that doesn't make any sense now. Okay, I have no idea at this point. This doesn't make any sense. engineering buyers and then taking some sellers and then engineering buyers and then taking some sellers. So I don't have any read other than what it didn't do. But we just came above that 300 lot again. 363 lot at 318. We came above that guy. So ah. We got an 880 spoofer at 350, so they're trying to suppress it down. They're on your side, looks like. They're like, go down, mofo. I'm calling your bluff. Generally, that's what I witness when the big spoofer appears above price action. They want it to go down. When they put it below, they want it to go up. So they want to call the bluff of the buyers saying, you can't take me. And then if they don't, then they're like, see, told you, and then they flush. And then if it starts to push up to try to grab it, then they have strength, and then the spoofer disappears because they don't actually intend to execute. That's why it's spoofing. So the spoofer's in, like, getting their hand played, it looks like. See, when there's stuff to talk about, I can talk about it. Just when there's nothing to talk about, there's nothing to talk about. And they appear like just like that. I said it and then it happens. Like, it's like you have to see the thing happen in the moment, and then the spoofer disappears. So it's like, unless you put that screen time in, like, you don't know what I'm talking about. Like, it's like the spoofer doesn't really stay there for long either. So it's just a little band on Bookmap that's like there for whatever time they're there for. It's like 10 minutes or whatever. So it's not like the 880 contract's gonna stay in the history. It's only there as like a heat band or whatever. Oh, the spoofer disappeared, by the way. Yeah, those resting orders haven't gone anywhere, so here we go. Down, look out below. That's good. Bam. There we go. Hit the resting orders and then some. You got that 71 lot down at 200 as the next stop. All aboard. All aboard for the 200s. We're arriving at the 200 station soon. Please keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle until we get to a complete stop. Please keep your testicles in your pants. No, I said in your pants. Oh, God. Please, we implore you. I didn't say implore you, I said implore. Sir, take off my hat, please. Well, the 200s was a thing. If it was the last part of the range when you took the trade, then that was perfect entry, actually. Ah. It'll happen. We're going to end the stream here, so stay frugal, stay positive, stay blessed, and we'll catch you tomorrow.